Hello and welcome back. This is your host Harshit Sinha with another interesting episode. Continuing from my previous presentation on BRSR, the growing focus on environmental, social, and governance factors has led to paradigm shift in corporate reporting. In India, the Security and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) introduced the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting framework, establishing a strong foundation for ESG reporting in the country. Let's dwell deeper into how BRSR plays a crucial role in ESG reporting. Let me make it very clear that prior to BRSR, ESG reporting in India lacked a standardized format. Companies adopt frameworks that were imported, resulting into inconsistency and hindering comparison. BRSR offers a unified template ensuring disclosures are presented in a consistent and transparent manner. This allows stakeholders, including investors, regulators, and consumers, to easily grasp a company's ESG performance and make informed decisions. Thus, today, BRSR has become the need of the business as now investors are increasingly integrating ESG consideration into their investment strategies. BRSR empowers them by providing a clear view of a company's ESG risk and opportunity. This transparency allows investors to identify companies committed to sustainable practice and those fostering long-term value creation. By disclosing their ESG performance through a standardized BRSR report, companies can build trust in environmentally and socially responsible investors, attracting more capital. Today, BSR image is not just a reporting format, but it serves as a catalyst for continuous improvement. The process of compiling a BRSR report necessitates a critical evaluation of a company's ESG performance. This self-assessment helps identify areas where progress is needed, leading to development of robust ESG strategies and setting measurable targets. Furthermore, BRSR reporting encourages companies to consider the broader social and environmental implications of their operation, fostering a more responsible business environment. The corporate world understands the importance of BRSR that leads to give birth a subsection called BRSR Core, stepping onto the global stage. This focuses on a specific set of key performance indicators, that is KPIs, tailored to the Indian context. However, BRSR Core also incorporates intensity ratios based on the purchasing power parity. This facilitates global comparability, allowing Indian companies to benchmark their ESG performance against the international peers. This paves the way of Indian companies to enhance their competitiveness in the global market. Our BRSR is a significant step for resolving challenges, ensuring the quality and reliability of reported data in paramount. Currently, the framework allows for a limited assurance on the reported information. Implementing mandatory assurance for specific disclosure could be a future consideration. Additionally, capacity building within the companies to effectively implement BRSR is essential for successful and comprehensive reporting. Now let us explore the BRSR in context to ESG reporting. Before proceeding further, let us first understand BRSR reporting trends in India. Businesses across the globe are increasingly recognizing the importance of responsible and sustainable practice, leading to a significant rise in adoption of business responsibility and sustainability reporting. This comprehensive reporting framework mandate the regulatory bodies aims to promote transparency, accountability, and ethical conduct in corporate operation. One of the notable trends in BRSR reporting is the enhanced disclosure of environmental, social, and governance performance indicators. Companies are going beyond the bare minimum requirement, showcasing their commitment to sustainable practice through detailed reporting on greenhouse gas emission, water and energy consumption, waste management, employee welfare, community engagement initiative, etc. As a stakeholder demands greater accountability, there is a growing emphasis on robust assurance mechanism for BRSR report. Independent third-party audit and assurance provided are increasingly involved in validating the accuracy and completeness of the reported data, lending credibility to the disclosed information. This trend not only strengthens the reliability of BRSR reports but also fosters trust among the investor, customers, and regulatory authorities. Furthermore, sustainability has become a central focus in BRSR reporting, reflecting the global shift towards a more environmentally conscious and socially responsible business landscape. Companies are proactively highlighting their efforts to mitigate climate change, promote circular economy, and contribute to demonstrate a genuine commitment to long-term sustainability rather than a mere box-ticking exercise. The scope of BRSR reporting is also expanding to encompass a wider range of topic and stakeholder groups. In addition to environmental and social aspects, companies are increasingly reporting on governance structure, risk management and strategies, supply chain, sustainability and human rights consideration. Comprehensive approach ensures that the business addresses the diverse interests and concerns of the various stakeholders group, fostering transparency and building trust. Target setting has emerged as a crucial component of BRSR reporting, reflecting companies' commitment to continuous improvement. By establishing measurable goals and targets related to ESG performance, businesses demonstrate their determination to drive positive change and hold themselves accountable for their action. This practice not only encourages internal progress but also provides stakeholders with a clear roadmap for evaluating the company's sustainability journey. External assurance is gaining momentum in BRSR reporting as companies seek to enhance the credibility and reliability of their disclosed information. Independent auditors and assurance providers are brought into the review and validate the accuracy of the reported data, ensuring that it meets industry standards and best practices. These trends not only strengthen stakeholders' confidence but also help identify areas for improvement and drives continuous enhancement of the reporting practice. Finally, timely reporting has become a priority in BRSR landscape. Companies are recognizing the importance of providing up-to-date information to stakeholders, enabling them to make informed decisions based on the latest available data. Timely reporting not only demonstrates transparency but also ensures that stakeholders have access to relevant and current information, fostering effective communication and stakeholder engagement. In this slide, we will discuss what are BRSR reporting requirements. Business responsibility and sustainability reporting is a comprehensive framework that requires companies to disclose their environmental, social, and governance performance. The BRSR reporting requirement covers various aspects including scope and boundaries, quantitative disclosure, and qualitative disclosure. Here an overview of these requirements with reference to the relevant web source as mentioned in the reference. First, the scope and boundaries. The scope and boundaries of BRSR reporting defines the organization boundaries and operational activities covered in the report. Companies must clearly delineate the entities, example the subsidiary, joint venture, and geographical location included in the report. Additionally, the reporting period and any specific limitation or exclusion should be disclosed to provide context and transparency. Second is quantitative disclosure. BRSR reporting requires companies to provide quantitative data and metrics that related to various ESG aspects. This disclosure may include environmental metrics, that is greenhouse gas emission, energy consumption, water usage, water generation and other environmental impact indicators. Other is social metrics, the employees diversity and inclusion data, occupational health and safety statistics, training and development figures and community investment. Another is related to governance metrics, board composition, remuneration data, risk management metrics, and compliance indicators. The third is the qualitative disclosure. In addition to the quantitative data, BRSR reporting also requires companies to provide qualitative information and narratives. These disclosures may include environmental policies and strategy, description of environmental management systems and climate change mitigation strategy, and resource efficiency initiatives. Another is social policies and practice, description of human rights policy, labor practice, employee welfare program, and community engagement initiative. Another is related to the governance approach, explanation of the corporate governance structure, risk management framework, and ethical business practice and stakeholder engagement. In conclusion, BRSR reporting requires companies to provide information on the principle and methodology used of data collection, calculation, and reporting. This ensures transparency and comparability across different organizations and sectors. It's important to note that the specific BRSR reporting requirement may vary depending on the regulatory body or country, and companies should consult the relevant guidelines and the framework to ensure compliance. By adhering to these reporting requirements, companies can provide stakeholders with a comprehensive understanding of their ESG performance, risk and opportunities, enabling informed decision making and fostering trust and accountability. In this slide, we are going to discuss in brief BRSR reporting process. The BRSR process involves several critical steps to ensure comprehensive and transparent sustainability reporting. The first is related to materiality assessment. These steps involve identifying and prioritizing the sustainability issues that are the most significant to the organization and its stakeholders. It includes engaging with the internal and external stakeholders to understand their concern and expectation, analyzing industry's trend, regulatory requirement, and align with the global sustainability standard. The next is related to data collection. Accurate and reliable data collection is essential for effective BRSR. Organizations need to gather on various sustainability metrics including environmental impact, social responsibility, and governance practice. This often involves setting up systems and process for regular data monitoring and recording verification. Next is related to reporting and disclosure. Once the data is collected, organizations need to compile and present the information in a structured report. The BRSR should provide the clear and honest accounts of the company's sustainability performance, highlighting the key achievements, challenges, and future goals. This report should be accessible to all stakeholders, ensuring transparency and accountability. The last is the third-party assurance. To ensure the credibility of the BRSR, many organizations seek third-party assurance. Independent auditors review the report to verify the accuracy and completeness of the information presented. This assurance process helps build trust among the stakeholders and demonstrates the organization's commitment to sustainability. In my earlier slide, we have discussed the various points in brief. Now we shall take in detail the topic which we have discussed in the previous slide. Understanding materiality is a fundamental aspect of the sustainability reporting, ensuring that the issues most relevant to the business and the stakeholders are effectively addressed. The process involves several key steps. The first step in a materiality assessment is identify the broad spectrum of issues that could potentially impact the organization and its stakeholder. This includes understanding the economic, environmental, and social dimensions relevant to the business. Sources for identifying these issues include stakeholders' engagement, such as surveys and interviews, industry's report, regulatory requirement, global standard like GRI standard, etc., and internal documents such as business strategy and risk assessment. The second is prioritize the based on importance. After identifying relevant issues, the next step is to prioritize them based on the significance to both the business and its stakeholder. This involves evaluating the impact and likelihood of each issue affecting the organization performance, reputation, and stakeholder relationship. Stakeholder input is crucial in this stage to ensure their concern and expectation are accurately reflected. Tools such as survey, workshop, and focus group discussion can be used to gather stakeholders' perspective and rank the issue accordingly. The next is prioritize and validate. Once the issue are prioritized, it is essential to validate these prioritize through internal and external consultation. This validation process ensures that prioritization reflects a balanced view considering both business imperative and stakeholder consent. Internal validation might involve discussion with senior management, various departments to align on the materiality issue. External validation can include dialogue with the key stakeholder, industry expert, and third-party organization to ensure that the assessment is comprehensive and unbiased. The last is validate and disclose. The final step is to disclose the material issue in sustainability report transparently. This involves clear communicating how the material issues were identified, prioritized, and validated. The disclosure should provide a detailed account of the organization's strategy and actions to address these material issues, demonstrating a commitment to sustainability and responsible business practice. Transparency in the process helps build trust with the stakeholders, showing that the organization is proactive in managing its most significant sustainability impact. In summary, a thorough materiality assessment is crucial for effective sustainability reporting. It ensures that the issue most critical to the business and its stakeholders are identified, prioritized, validated, and disclosed transparently. By engaging stakeholders throughout the process, the business can align their sustainability efforts with stakeholder expectations and industry best practices. This not only enhances the credibility of the sustainability report but also strengthens the organization's overall sustainability strategy. Through a well-conducted materiality assessment, companies can better manage risk, size opportunities, and drive long-term value creation for both the business and the stakeholders. In my previous slide, we have discussed the issues related to materiality. Now we shall discuss materiality matrix. A materiality matrix is a visual representation tool used in sustainability reporting and materiality assessment to prioritize and communicate the most significant environmental, social, and governance issues for an organization. It serves as a valuable resource for understanding and addressing the key concerns of stakeholders and aligning business strategy with sustainability goals. Here are comprehensive overview to the materiality matrix, including its purpose, component, and benefit. The first is the purpose of the materiality matrix. The primary purpose of materiality matrix is to categorize and rank the material ESG topics based on their importance to stakeholder and their potential impact on the organization business operation and performance. This prioritization exercise helps organizations allocate resources effectively, focus their sustainability efforts, and enhance the transparency in reporting. The second component is component of materiality matrix. A typical materiality matrix consists of two axes. The horizontal axis represents the importance or significance of ESG issue to the organization stakeholders such as customers, employees, investors, regulators, and local community. The other is vertical axis represent the potential impact or influence of the ESG issue on the organization's business operation, financial performance, and long-term success. The material topics are plotted on the metric based on their relative position along these two axes, creating a visual representation of their prioritization. The third is quadrant and prioritization. The materiality matrix is often divided into four quadrants, each represent a different level of priority for the material topic. High priority topics that falls in the topic right to quadrants and considered highly material and should be the primary focus for the organization sustainability efforts and reporting. Moderate priority topics in the top left and the bottom right quadrant have moderate priority and should be addressed as a moderately accordingly. Low priority topic in the bottom left quadrant and considered less material and may receive less emphasis in sustainability strategy and reporting. The other thing is benefits of materiality matrix. The use of materiality matrix offers several benefits for organization. First is the stakeholder engagement. The matrix is often developed through stakeholder engagement process, ensuring that the prioritization of the material topic reflects the concern and expectations of the various stakeholders group. The second is the strategic alignment. By identifying the most material topic, organization can align their sustainable strategy, resource allocation, and risk management efforts with the issue that matter the most. The third is transparent and communication. The materiality matrix provides a clear and concise way to communicate the organization's sustainability priorities and focus areas to stakeholders, enhancing the transparency and accountability. The next is benchmarking and comparison. Materiality matrices can be used to benchmark and compare an organization's material topics against the industry peer, competitor, or the best practices, fostering the continuous improvement and progress. The last is regulatory compliance. Many sustainability reporting framework and guidelines such as Global Reporting Initiative standards and the Sustainability Accounting Standards Board standards encourages the use of materiality assessment and matrices to ensure compliance and comprehensive reporting. The other important point for BRSR reporting is related to data collection. Effective data collection is crucial for the BRSR process, ensuring that the organization sustainability report is comprehensive, accurate, and reflective of the stakeholder concern. This involves several key steps: identifying stakeholders, engaging with them, and incorporating their insight into the materiality assessment. Identify stakeholder. The first step is in the data collection process is to identify the key internal and external stakeholders whose interest and concern should be reflected in the materiality assessment. Stakeholders typically includes the first we shall discuss about the internal stakeholder. The first is employees. Their input is valuable for understanding workplace practice, employee well-being, and internal company's policy. Similarly, management, senior executive department head provides insight to the strategic priorities and operational challenges. And last is the board of directors. They offer a governance perspective and long-term vision for the company. As we concern about the external stakeholder, the first come is the customers. Understanding the customer concern helps tailor sustainability practice to meet consumer expectation and enhance the brand loyalty. Another is investors. They provide insights of the financial performance and long-term sustainability risk and opportunities. The suppliers. Their feedback is crucial for ensuring sustainable supply chain practice. Regulators. Compliance with the laws and regulation is critical for the sustainable operation. And the last is the community and NGOs. These groups highlight the social and environmental impact and companies' operation and local communities. The second is the stakeholder engagement. Engaging with the stakeholder is essential for gathering comprehensive and relevant data. This can be achieved through various methods. Survey. Deploying survey to the broad range of stakeholders helps collect the quantitative data on their views and expectations regarding the organization ESG performance. Interviews. Conducting one-to-one interviews allows for an in-depth discussion and deeper understanding. I specific concern the priorities. Other is focus group. Organizing focus group provides a platform for stakeholders to discuss issues collectively, offering diversified perspective and fostering collaborative solution. During these engagements, it is important to cover a range of topics including environmental impact, social responsibility, governance practice, economic performance. Stakeholder feedback should be documented systematically to ensure all relevant issues and are captured. The last is incorporate insights. The next steps to analyze the feedback collected from the stakeholder to refine the materiality assessment. This involves data analysis, reviewing the quantitative and qualitative data to identify common themes and specific concerns raised by the stakeholder. Prioritization, ranking the identified issue based on their significance to both the business and its stakeholders. This helps in focusing on the most critical areas that requires attention. Another is validation, ensuring the accuracy and relevance of the prioritized issue by cross-referencing with the industry standards, regulatory requirements, and internal business objectives. The insight gained from the stakeholder engagement should be used to refine materiality metrics, ensuring it accurately reflects the needs and concerns of all relevant parties. This matrix then guides the organization's sustainability strategy and report making by the BRSR process more transparent and credible. For detailed guidelines on the data collection process under BRSR, you can refer to sources such as Global Reporting Initiative Standards and Sustainability Accounting Standards Board. Another important point of BRSR reporting process is related to the reporting and disclosure. We are going to discuss upon the materiality disclosure. Materiality disclosure is a crucial aspect of business responsibility and sustainability reporting as it provides transparency and clarity regarding the organization's most significant environmental, social, and governance topics and their impact on the business and the stakeholder. Here on we overview of materiality disclosure covering key elements such as identifying key material topic, describing methodology, mapping BRSR, and future outlook. First, we will take identifying the key material topic. The organization should clearly identify and disclose the key material topic that have been prioritized based on their materiality assessment process. These topics should be presented in concise and structured manner, highlighting their significance to the organization's operation, stakeholders, and overall sustainability performance. Thus, the first step in the materiality disclosure is identifying the key material topics and that are most relevant to the organization and its stakeholder. This involves a comprehensive materiality assessment process which typically include stakeholder engagement, that is engaging with a wide range of stakeholders including employees, customers, investors, suppliers, regulators, and community groups to gather their perspective on the most critical sustainability issue. Another is industry analysis, reviewing the industry standard, the best practices, and emerging trend to identify issues that are relevant to the sector. Other is internal assessment, conducting internal workshop and discussion with the senior management at the various departments to understand the business strategy priorities and operational challenge. The next is describing methodology. In the materiality disclosure, organizations should provide a detailed description of the methodology used for the materiality assessment. This should include the process employed for the stakeholder engagement, data collection, prioritization, and validation material topic. transparency regarding the methodology enhancing the credibility and reliability of the materiality assessment. Thus, a transparent description of the methodology used for the materiality assessment is crucial. The methodology generally includes the following steps: data collection, gathering quantitative and qualitative data from the stakeholder survey, interviews, focus groups, and industry report. Other issue is issues identifying a broad list of potential materiality issues based on the stakeholder inputs and industry analysis. And then comes a prioritization, evaluating and ranking the identified issues based on their significance to the business and the stakeholders. This involves assess the impact and likelihood of each affecting the organization performance and reputation. And the last is related to the validation, validating the prioritized issue through the internal and external consultation to ensure that the assessment accurately reflects the most significant concern. Other is related to explain the mapping of BRSR. The materiality disclosure should clearly illustrate how the identified material topic aligned with the BRSR principle and reporting requirement. This mapping exercise helps stakeholder understanding the organization approach to addressing the materiality ESG issue and demonstrate compliance with the regulatory framework. Thus, the mapping the identified material topics to the BRSR framework involves aligning them with the specific reporting requirement and disclosure outlined in the BRSR guideline. This process ensured that the sustainability report addresses all relevant aspects of BRSR, including the environmental impact, that is, reporting on the topics such as climate change, resource use, waste management, biodiversity, etc. Social responsibility, covering areas like labor practice, human rights, community engagement, customer relation, etc. While the governance practice include the disclosing information on the corporate governance, ethical business conduct, risk management, compliance, and etc. By mapping the material topics to the BRSR framework, the organization can ensure that their reports are comprehensive, consistent, and in the line with the regulatory requirement. The last thing is we have to predict the future outlook. In addition to the disclosing the current material topic, organizations should provide insight into their future outlook and plan for the addressing these issues. This may include setting targets, implementing strategy, or outlining the initiative aimed at the mitigating risk and capitalizing an opportunity related to material topics. Further, the final component of the materiality disclosure is outlining the future outlook. This involves providing insight into how the organization plans to address the key material topic in future, including strategy initiative that is describing specific strategies and action that organization will undertake to manage and mitigate the identified issue. Another is goal and target, setting clear measurable goals and target for improving sustainability performance and over time. The last is monitoring and reporting, establishing process for ongoing monitoring, measurement, and reporting of progress against the set goals and target. The future outlook demonstrates the organization's commitment to continuous improvement and long-term sustainability. The last point of BRSR reporting process is related to the third-party assurance, and it is the most important point. The third-party assurance for materiality disclosure is an essential aspect of business responsibility and sustainability reporting, as it enhances the credibility, reliability, and transparency of the reported information. Here an overview of the third-party assurance of the materiality disclosure along with the relevant public reference as given in the end. The purpose of the third-party assurance. The primary purpose of the third-party assurance is to provide an independent and objective evaluation of an organization materiality assessment process and the resulting materiality disclosure. This external verification helps to validate the accuracy, completeness, and fairness to the reported material topics, ensuring that they accurately reflects the organization's most significant environmental, social, and governance impact and stakeholder. The second is assurance providers. The third party assurance for the materiality disclosure is typically performed by the independent qualified assurance such as accounting firm, sustainability consult, or certified bodies or individuals. These providers possess the necessary expertise, methodologies, and resources to conduct through thorough assessment and provide an objective assurance statement. Another is assurance standards and guidelines. Assurance provided typically follow recognized assurance standards and guidelines to ensure a consistent and rigorous approach to the assurance process. Some of widely used standards include the International Standard on Assurance Engagement, that is ISAE 3000, now revised, the Accountability AA 1000 Assurance Standard, and the GRI Standard for Sustainability Reporting. The fourth is assurance process. The assurance process for the materiality disclosure typically involves the several steps. The first is planning and risk assessment. The assurance provided conduct a preliminary review of the organization materiality assessment process, stakeholder engagement activities, and materiality disclosure to identify the potential risks and areas for focus. Next is evidence gathering. The assurance provider collects and evaluates relevant evidence such as internal documents, stakeholder feedback, and data collection methodologies to assess the validity and reliability of the materiality assessment and disclosure. Next is evaluation and testing. The assurance provider evaluates the materiality assessment process, including the identification of the material topic, prioritization method, and stakeholders engagement activity to ensure they align with the established standard and the best practices. Another is related to the reporting assurance statement. Based on the evidence gathered and evaluation conducted, the assurance provider issues an assurance statement or report which provides an opinion on the accuracy and completeness of the materiality disclosure and may include recommendation for improvement. Another point is benefits of the third-party assurance. This is the most important point. Obtaining third-party assurance for materiality disclosure offers several benefits to the organization. First is related to the credibility and trust. External assurance enhances the credibility and trustworthiness of the materiality disclosure as it provides an independent and objective evaluation of the reported information. Next is stakeholder confidence. The stakeholders such as investors, customers, and regulators places a greater confidence in organizations that demonstrate transparency and accountability through the third-party assurance. Another is continuous improvement. The assurance process often identifies areas for improvement, enabling organizations to refine their materiality assessment process and enhance the quality of the reporting by review, refine, and improve. Next point is related to regulatory compliance. In some jurisdictions, the third-party assurance for sustainability reporting, including materiality disclosure, may be regulatory requirement for recommended practice. By seeking third-party assurance for their materiality disclosure, organizations can demonstrate their commitment to the transparency, accountability, and continuous improvement in BRSR reporting, ultimately building trust and fostering stakeholder confidence in their sustainability efforts. The most important point, once we did everything as discussed in the previous slide, now the challenging part is how to integrate materiality into the corporate setup. The environmental social governance factors are no longer peripheral concern for the business investor, regulators, and consumers are demanding transparency and action on these issues. A crucial step in effective ESG reporting is the concept of materiality that ensures sustainability issues are not just a peripheral concern but are central to the company's operation and future planning. This integration is crucial across the three main areas: strategic planning, risk management, and performance tracking. We shall discuss one by one. The first is strategic planning. The first step in integrating materiality is to ensure that the material ESG issues are embedded with the organization's overall business strategy and decision making process. This involves identifying ESG issues that are material to the business through a materiality assessment which engage both internal and external stakeholders to determine the ESG topic and the highest concern and relevance to the company's operation. Once identified, these issues should be woven into the corporate strategy, aligning them with the company's vision, goals, and objectives. This alignment ensured that the company's approach to the sustainability is proactive and integrated rather than reactive and siloed. Material ESG issues should be integrated into the organization's overall business strategy and decision-making process. This ensured that the sustainability considerations are at the forefront of the strategic planning and resource allocation decisions. Thus, an organization should align the material ESG issue with their vision, mission, and values. Incorporate material topics into the strategic objectives and goals. Develop action plan and initiative to address material issue. Allocate resources, that is financial, human, and technological, to support these initiatives. By integrating materiality into the strategic planning, organization can proactively address relevant sustainable challenges, capitalize on emerging opportunities, and create long-term value for stakeholders. The next is related to the risk management that incorporate material ESG risk into the organization enterprises. Risk management ERM framework is next critical step. This means that the ESG risks are treated with same rigor as traditional financial or operational risk. Companies must conduct ESG materiality assessment and analyze external mega trend to prioritize risk effectively. By doing so, they can develop mitigation strategies that are responsive to the most pressing ESG concern. This integration also involves setting up governance structures for efficient risk management, which support the effectiveness of ESG risk integration into ERM process. Thus, the organization should conduct comprehensive risk assessment to identify material ESG risk. Evaluate potential impact of these risks on the organization operational reputation and the financial performance. Develop risk mitigation strategy and contingency plan to address the material risk. Monitor and review the effective of risk mitigation efforts regularly. By integrating material ESG risk into the risk management process, the organization can proactively identify and address potential vulnerability, minimizing negative impact and enhancing resilience. The last is related to the performance tracking. Performance tracking, developing key performance indicator, that is KPI, to monitor the organization process in addressing material ESG topic is essential for performance tracking. These KPIs should be based on the ESG reporting standard, rating methodologies, and peer benchmark, ensuring they are relevant, measurable, and comparable. The KPI should reflect the company's performance against its ESG objective and target, providing a clear picture of progress areas for improvement. They should be designed collaboratively with the different stakeholders within the organization such as finance, operations, supply chain, and human resource to ensure comprehensive and focused set of indicators. Thus, the organization should establish a specific measurable and time-bound target for material ESG topic. Identify relevant KPIs that accurately reflect the progress towards these targets. Implement robust data collection and monitoring system to track KPI performance. Regularly review and report on KPI performance to the stakeholders. Use KPI performance data to inform decision making and continuous improvement efforts. By tracking performance against the material ESG topics, organizations can demonstrate their commitment to sustainability, measure the effectiveness of their initiative, and identify areas for further improvement. It should be remembered and make it as a right hand business thumb rule. The integration of materiality into ESG strategic planning, risk management, and performance tracking is not just about the compliance or reputation management. It's about creating a long-term value resilience. Companies that effectively integrate materiality into BRSR sustainability reporting are better positioned to anticipate and respond to the sustainability challenges and opportunities. They can also provide more transparent and meaningful reporting to stakeholders, which is increasingly demanded by the investor, regulators, and consumer alike. Now, this is the last slide where I will be summarizing the integrating materiality into ESG is an strategic imperative for an organization aiming to thrive in today's complex and ever-evolving business environment. It requires a commitment to ongoing engagement with the stakeholders, continuous improvement, and transparent communication. By amending material ESG issue into the core of their business strategy, managing risks effectively, and tracking performance diligently, company can not only mitigate risk but also capitalize on new opportunities that arises from the sustainable approach to the business under the BRSR sustainable reporting. So far, we have demystified BRSR as an important pillar of ESG reporting in India by covering what are the BRSR reporting requirements and about the BRSR reporting process in detail, covering materiality assessment, data collection, report and disclosure, and significance of the third party assurance, and why it is important to integrate materiality for the ESG factor under the BRSR sustainable reporting. However, the structure of the framework remains unexplored, which we will discuss in our next presentation. So stay tuned until the next week for an interesting topic on exploring the BRSR framework for sustainable ESG reporting in India. Until then, wish you happy weekend.